So I have this crazy true story about this time that I was this close to killing somebody, murdering them by accident when I was just a little kid, like maybe only 9 years old. And it was a long time ago. Perfect weather, it was just this light breeze, the sun was shining, and me and my dad went to Land's End in San Francisco. And Land's End is this cliff, and you can see the ocean, the Golden Gate Bridge. It's gorgeous. You should definitely go there, and you can do this great hiking and take pictures. It's just amazing. And so we parked the car on in the parking lot, and we walked around, we looked around, and then we drove up to this other little place where you could park. And my dad was sitting in the car, and I was too. And then we got out. We were looking around. Then my dad got back in the car, and I was still standing on this cliff. It was really like far down. You could see the ocean. And I remember I was looking over, and I saw this path that was really steep, and it went down, and then it kind of curved over like this sort of crooked shape, right? Going down. And I looked down, and I saw there was nobody there, nobody on the beach. And I remember that there was this big rock. It was like this huge boulder, like, bigger than I was. And it was right on the edge of the cliff. Like this is the cliff, and this is the cliff, and this boulder was like right there, right there. And I have no idea why, but for some reason I just had this thought, like, maybe I should push it. Oh man. And so I was just 9 years old. I didn't know anything, right? And so again, I kind of looked over, see if there's anyone there. There was nobody. Looked over at my dad. He was in the car, wasn't paying attention. And I just kind of pushed the rock, right? It was right on the cliff, and then the rock started moving, like dick, 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 dick. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then it started going like faster, like choo, 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 right? And I was like, oh man. And then the rock was like going do, do, do. It was this big rock. And then I looked down like this. I looked down, and this path was like this, and like it was like this and this, and then out of nowhere, this like guy just popped up, and it was crazy because that path was like really steep, and I didn't even think anyone would walk up it. But I looked down, and this guy, he just boop, popped up, like those video games when the head pops up and you hit it and you hit it and you hit it. He just boop, popped up, and I looked at the guy, and I looked at this rock, and the rock was about this close to falling down, and I just shouted to this guy, "Move, move!" And right when I was shouting to this guy, "Move," the rock, this big rock, starts going, and it starts rolling down the hill. Like something from Indiana Jones, movie, when there's that big ball rolling, and it was like straight from a movie. It was rolling, and so like everything was like in slow motion, like, and I saw this guy, and then he sees me going, move, move. I don't know if he saw the rock, but he had like a split second. He had a second to react, because that rock was like, it was a short distance, and the rock was going tumbling. It was huge, and if he stood there, it would have went boom, boom. It would have smashed him like a pancake. Game over. Do not collect go. Do not get $200. That guy would have been deader than a doornail. He would have just ended, right? And I was like, oh my God. And so this rock's coming down. This guy's standing there. I'm going, move. And what do you think he does? Man, this guy, he just goes, doop. Takes a step. Boop. And then the rock goes, right? And then he goes, doop. He takes a step back. Like nothing happened. Like it was just another day. And I was like, oh my God. I was thinking, either that guy is like James Bond, like some kind of, super Navy SEALs, like top secret military, assassin who's just like cool as a cucumber, like super cool. Or he is high on drugs, like bloodshot, like cocaine, like super high on drugs and not based on reality. But I was like, oh my God, it was crazy, because, if he had just stayed there, that rock would have went boom and crushed him. And it would have been like a horror movie where you see like blood and guts and things like going crazy, And he went like that, and he didn't even seem angry. He didn't seem like surprised. He was just like, oh man. And so after that happened, I was like, oh man, I need to get out of here. So I like walked to the car really fast, and I'm like, come on, Dad, let's go. And my dad's like, whatever. He didn't see any of it. He didn't know what happened. He's like, whatever. So we back out. Right, the car starts going back, and I look back, and out of the corner of my eye, there's the cliff. I see this it's like little head, like just the top part, of this guy's head, right? And then we start driving away, and I look back, and then as we're driving, the guy's like going, like coming up an escalator or something, and he starts going up, and it gets to like his eyes, and then we drive away, and I was like, oh, man, I was so glad that guy was alive, and my dad never had a clue of what happened. I never got caught, never got in trouble. And man, I was just thinking, like one time I went on this cruise. It was really fun. It was to Canada, and we stopped and we went to this national park. We took this bus tour, and we looked up, and there was like this huge boulder on the edge of the cliff that had been there for years. And when I saw that boulder, I thought about that time, and I realized, man, like, I know it's just kind of some random advice here, but if you ever see a giant rock, if you ever see a huge boulder or a huge rock on the edge of a cliff, even if there's nobody down there, do not push it, because there could be some person or two people like hidden away somewhere, and that rock could crush them. And then now you're a murderer. Now you killed somebody. Like, you don't want to. Hopefully, you don't want to kill somebody. So man, do not push those boulders, or even like throw things, over the cliff. Um, but yeah, that's the story of how I almost killed someone, murdered them by accident by pushing the boulder over the cliff. And got away with it. Nothing happened. And yeah, if you like this, please like the video. Please subscribe. And if you want to put something in the comments below about a time where you almost killed someone by accident, or someone almost killed you, or you saw something crazy, please just put that in the comments below. And thank you so much for watching.